What's up, folks? And today we're going to be talking about updates regarding the drip garden itself. Now, as you can clearly see, ever since I think the beginning of August, the contract balance started rising. Like last time I posted a video about this, I think the contract balance was about 370k. So we have more than 60k LPs that have been added to the contract ever since. This is due to a few things. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. So is the drip garden actually profitable long term? And also what is coming up for the drip garden itself? And of course, we cannot forget that it all depends on drip's price performance and the ecosystem altogether. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I have the drip garden UI open in front of me. We can clearly see the total value of today. Actually, I'm about to plant my seeds on one of my wallets, so I have it connected here. So I have about $7.5 worth. Now, there's actually a pretty interesting tool if you're not aware of it, but I guess most of you are. This is where it tracks how many plants you do per minute. You track the contact balance, how many seeds per plant, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna leave the link of that below. So this is my schedule right now. So actually I'm about the optimal time to plant 1,211 plants. So let's go refresh the page and let's do it together quickly. Oh wow, the contract increased a bit. Let's see. Let's connect our wallet. Let's see. For some reason it hasn't yeah, it should be 12:11. Showing me 12:10. Sometimes you need to refresh twice actually for it to happen because it also depends on the second, right? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Bit of an increase, I think. Oh, come on. Why is it taking so long actually to show me that I have 12:11 plants? One last refresh. If it doesn't, I'm gonna just go ahead and plant my seeds, whatever. Finally. Okay, let's do it. Yep. Alright. Almost there. Okay, anyways, I think we're good. The transaction went through, so let's move on. So now, right now, basically, since the contract is increasing, people have gotten and have shown more interest into the garden, and that is mainly due to the fact that right now, and previously actually, because not many people have put out the effort and tried to actually understand that is it profitable to invest in the garden, because many people perceive it as a miner even though it's not. So here is a small Excel sheet calculation that gives you an average earnings based on whatever you invest. Now keep in mind, those are not absolute values, those are relative to a period of time. So for example, since the beginning of August, the contract increased that much. That's the average daily increase of the contract, and you are estimated to earn 3% a day based on the number of plants you purchased, not on the dollar value. Keep that in mind. Now the plant price itself has actually decreased 25% during that same time frame. So that's about 1.67% decrease daily. Now, even though that's the case, and that's not very optimal, that's something called decay, labeled as a decay. However, based on my calculations, so if you basically invest today $600 worth, not keeping in mind the contract increase, we're keeping in mind that the contract is actually oscillating, meaning in a static frame, so increasing slightly, decreasing slightly, kinda. So put that aside, you're still gonna be making profits if you play the game right, because that is the dollar value of whatever you're gonna get if you compound the next day. So if I compound the next day, even with the average daily price decrease of the plant, I'm gonna be getting profit of $7.7 approximately, of course. Now, if you do follow a specific strategy to take profits and keep on compounding, because if you just claim, you're gonna end up draining your assets, and because of decay, the value is gonna plummet. But if you do a 5-2, even a 4-3 could be, I think, still profitable, even though slightly. But I would suggest do your own research, of course. But I'm basically doing a 5-2 strategy where you compound 5 days a week and then you claim 2 days a week. So with that being said, 600 today would become about 640 in 5 days. And then assuming you're gonna take profits worth of $38 in 2 days, you're gonna end up with a $618 worth of assets at the end of the week. So $18 more than the value of your assets when you invested on day one. So not only you took profits, you increased your share of the pool. Long story short, if these variables remain in a somewhat equal manner, you're gonna be making profits into the garden. But most importantly, you need to think long term. So it could take you a few months to actually ROI and then bag up some profits. But again, if you believe in the longevity of the ecosystem, in my opinion, it would be worth it as long as your risk tolerance is in check and you know where you're getting into. Now, that aside, and the drip network's price that is also rising, I mean, the weekly clearly shows it due to a few factors that we're gonna be discussing. With the drip price rising, the LP value is also rising. So dripBUSD is rising, hence the attraction to the garden again. That's one, but that is just scratching the tip of the iceberg. Now, what I wanted to discuss today is this. So there's a game, a visual game coming to basically show you what is gonna happen, what is happening with your farm, you know? It's literally a play to earn game because essentially you're investing assets into the garden. You're gonna be compounding them or you're gonna be taking them. Now, supposedly by the time of shooting this video, the game is gonna come up. Now, by the time I uploaded, most probably the game will be out. Now, go to the website, check everything. There's even a separate Twitter page, a separate Telegram, because it's not done by the core team, but with an adjacent team. You can actually go and check them out. So it's really cool. So you basically have a character. If I scroll down, so you basically pick a character. I assume that depends on how many plants you have, and that you're going to be using that character to add crops which are equal to a specific amount of plants, and then you can harvest them, you can plant more, or you're gonna have a 3D visual game basically on top of the garden itself. And yeah, it's something that, in my opinion, is very important, because you know very well that play to earn games in particular are getting more popular because of the metaverse rising share. And whenever you have something visual in front of you, it will incentivize engagement. Actually, I went on Google basically because I've done this previously in my uni years, and there's literally a strong correlation between engagement, so people entering a platform and basically engaging with it, you know, so buying, selling, playing, whatever, all of that, and whatever you see in front of you. You can also translate that to books. You know, when you're a kid, when you're reading a book that has several pictures, you're fine, you're not gonna get bored, versus reading a novel that has only letters and numbers, and that's it. So without any visualization. And that is translated to games as well. Games are interactive because you see something and then you interact with the characters, and then you play versus others. Now you're not playing versus others, but you're seeing your money in front of you, literally. So that strong correlation will make people invest more into the garden, and hence why the speculation started and then the contract started rising. But that is very important, let alone the rising share of play to earn games such as Axie Infinities and all of that already happened during the beginning of the bull run. And also, one more important thing, you don't have to pay anything to play the Drip Garden game. However, it's very crucial that they have a donation scheme set up. So it's very crucial if you can donate to the cause, because that will basically help development. And also 5% of all the donations are going to go into the drip tax vault, meaning they're going to buy up drip and put it into the faucet. And that is very important, because at the end of the day, the more people donate, the more people play the game, the more we're going to give back to drip, and by doing so we're also giving back to the drip garden. Again, I always say that the whole thing is a very tight and vicious circle. So if it grows, it will grow all together. If it doesn't, it will fall altogether. All right, that's it from me today. Thank you for sticking around and listening to whatever I had to say. Now, I hope this video brought you some clarity and some value as to why and how things are progressing with the drip ecosystem, specifically with the drip garden. And as you can clearly see, the rising value of the drip contract, the drip garden contract, sorry, is a clear representation of it's not only about what you do, it's about how you visualize the things that you're doing, and that's very important. Also, a sub to the channel would be awesome. It really helps us new kids around the block and motivates us to dish out better content, more valuable content, and expose this word we love the most to more people. So thank you and appreciate every single one of you in advance. As always, trade responsibly and take care of your finances. This was Roy from DeFi Ascension. Thanks for watching.